I'm here with one of India's finest chess arbiters, Gopakumar. Gopa, thank you so much for taking out time to do this. A lot of people who become serious in chess have a question in their mind how to get a FIDE rating. And thanks to you, we are going to address this question.
Yeah, thank you, Sagar. For me also, it will be helpful if you do a video. That's because every day around 10 to 15 calls, I get to know their rating and all. Now it's easy. If there is a, means earlier you done a video with me.
Yes.
So I was just sharing that video to them through WhatsApp. Now the changes from 1st March 2024 onwards, the rating regulation got changed. So that old video is no more practical to use. So as you are doing a new video, it's still not only for you, for me also, it will be helpful because I just need to share that link of that video so that my calls will get reduced. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Gopa, for this. Let's go to the PowerPoint that you've
Yeah.
created.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
this is
now, yeah, this is the rating regulation. We are going to discuss about the initial rating of FIDE standard chess, and for rapid and blitz also the same system works. So we are only concentrating on standard chess of for initial rating.
okay. Okay, let's have this rating regulations.
Yeah, we need before we go to the calculation part and all, we need to have the basic idea that what are the things that is required for a rating tournament. First of all, the national federation or where the tournament is happening need to register that tournament with FIDE.
Mm.
Okay. So if you are conducting a local tournament, all it's all not get fetch you. Even if you are playing with a rated player, it will not fetch you the rating points because the tournament must be registered with FIDE for rating purpose.
Got it.
That is the duty of the national federation, and the national rating officer will register the tournament with FIDE. Once the FIDE is the tournament is get registered and the tournament played, that will be a rated tournament.
Mm.
So that's a basic requirement. Now come to, because I just discussed 2 3 points regarding the basic requirements to be a FIDE rated tournament. This should be played according to the FIDE laws of chess and the time control.
Mm.
According to the players in your tournament, the time control will be decided. If there is a player if above 2400 rating, then at least 120 minutes is required per player.
That is
Okay,
two
then all
hours.
2 hours. If it's a tournament having a 2400 player
Okay.
or above, and if your tournament having 1800 or higher, that is means 1800 to 2399, you need to have 90 minutes.
Mm. But
And
this
if the
is
play,
how is this possible? Because let's say if I play a tournament, does that tournament need to have 2 hours game? Like,
yes, at least means for a standard chess, that's why most of the open tournaments we have the time control of 90 minutes plus 30-second increment.
right.
We
Oh,
take we take 60 moves as average.
okay.
So 60 moves will fetch you another 30 minutes more. So 1 hour is the initial time plus added 30 minutes will make it to 2 hours.
Oh, so that means that 60 minutes plus 30-second is also a classical game. But if the
Yes.
tournament has a player above 2400, you can't do it.
Yes.
Oh, that's news to me. Wow.
Yeah. So same way, if it is 1800, if a player having 1800 to 2399, you can have a time control of 90 minutes, means 60 plus 30.
Got it.
And if it is the below 1800, you can conduct a tournament with 30 plus 30. 30 minutes with 30-second increment.
Wow. That's also classical chess.
Yes. Means if the tournament have more than 1 hour, that is the cutoff for standard is 1 hour or more.
So
So 30 plus,
30-second increment is
yeah,
effectively 30 minutes more per player.
30 minutes, 30 minutes more. So 30 plus 30, it will make it 60 minutes.
Got it. Okay.
That's the basic concept for rate of play to be a rated tournament.
Got it.
Now, hours of play, you can't have more than 12 hours of play in one day.
Hmm.
So in practicality, you can have 90 plus 30 with 3 rounds a day. But it is not only theoretically. Practically, it is not possible to conduct 3 rounds a day with 4 hours each because the games will prolong
Correct.
to 5 hours and 4.5 hours. Okay. So 12 hours is the maximum allowed time to have a classical rating tournament.
But if it is, let's say, below 2400 and you have a time control of 60 plus 30,
Hmm.
then you can do 3 hours a day,
Yes,
3 rounds a day.
three rounds. 90 plus 30 also you can conduct.
Correct. But
Theoretically it is possible to conduct because
correct.
we will take 60 moves as an average.
Got it.
So it will make 4 hours per round and 3 rounds 12 hours.
Got it.
But when come to practicality, it will not be possible because it will
True.
go to around 15
True.
hours or 16 hours and all. So that's why we in rating restricted tournaments 60 plus 30 or 30 plus 30 we have 3 rounds and all. In classical tournaments of 90 plus 30 we will have around 2 rounds a day.
Mm.
Now another important thing the players need to know is unplayed games. Even though they are paired with a rated player, that will not be counted. If the player get a walkover,
Okay.
that will not be counted for rating purpose.
Right. So even
That
if
is an
but if someone's opponent's phone rings or
if
something like that happens, then it is counted.
if one move is happened from both ends.
Okay.
If black's first moves happen over the board, then the game is rated.
Got it.
So to a game to be rated, we need at least one move from both ends.
Okay. Got it.
That's why for draw offer also we say that one move each from both ends is required for an agreed draw.
Right.
Then only it will become a rated tournament.
Hmm.
Otherwise, white make an e4 move, and if he is asked a draw, if black is accept,
it's not a rated game.
It is not a rated game.
Wow.
That's why we are not allowing a player to, in the regulation itself, says that at least one move need to be played from both ends before you agree for a draw.
Got it.
Then only it become a rated tournament.
Okay. Let's go to the next one.
So as you told, mobile rings.
Yeah.
So two scenarios can kind of happen. Both players are played one move and the mobile rings. It's a rated game.
Got it.
White made the move and mobile rings. It's a forfeit game.
Ooh. Okay.
So one move need to be happen from both ends. Then only it become a rated match. Otherwise, it will not be counted for rating purpose.
So actually, there was an interesting case yesterday where I saw that one person was wearing a watch and the opponent knew it and he wanted to complain. But I think if he wants that game to be rated, he should play at least one move each and then complain, then it becomes a rated game.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Okay. Generally, this should not be done, not to be encouraged, but just on this case.
Means every sports we need to play ethics.
Yes, that's true.
There is no difference.
Okay.
Now we come to the calculation parts. This is also basic thing because the rating to be effective, a player need to play at least 5 games against rated opponents. Okay, in a tournament, if you go, you get 9 opponents, and 4 of them are rated, and another 5 is unrated. That 4 games only will be counted for rating purpose.
Got it.
Okay, so you need to have at least 5 rated opponent to have a published rating.
So this has changed from before, right? Earlier it was 5 only.
No, it was 5 only for a larger.
Before that was 9.
9. Earlier it was 9. Now it is 5 only. In the earlier in the past, long past, we have 9. Now in last update also it was 5 only.
Okay.
We are continuing that 5 games
5
requirement.
Okay.
5 games, and 5 games is not required to be met in one tournament. You can club all the performance in last 26 months.
Got it.
Okay.
26 months. That's almost 2 years and 2 months for this. So imagine I play a tournament today. I meet 3 rated players and I did score something. You cannot score 0, correct?
No, 0. I will come to the next slide.
But if I play 3 now, I can play after 1 year.
Yes.
Okay.
You can in 26 months. After 26 months, the first month from that will be get dropped. The new month will be added to the year 26.
Got it.
Yeah. So you can have all these performance for the 26 month can club together, and the rating must publish at 1400.
Yes, this is the
Because
new
the
cutoff now.
the new cutoff, the new base rating is 1400.
Got it. Okay.
And if the player's rating drop below, so suppose a player got a rating of 1405 in July rating list, and he played a tournament and his rating dropped below 1400, then he will be considered as unrated. He need to play just same as any other
He
unrated
became
player.
unrated. Now he
Yes.
has. Okay, got it.
Okay. And this is an activity. If you for a player is considered to be comments inactivity if he not play any tournament in 1 year period.
Got it. Okay.
Now, how we can calculate the rating, initial rating of a player? That in short form we call it RU. How initial rating will be calculated? If an unrated player scores 0 in his first tournament, it will be disregarded.
Uh-huh.
Now you play with 4 rated players. You not score even half point. That performance will not be counted in your first tournament.
I think it's important to note that first event because I
Yeah.
think once it
Yeah,
starts.
I will explain.
Right.
Now I go to a tournament. Okay, I'm just imagine that I am an unrated player. I go to a tournament and I lost all the rated games. I played with 5 opponents. I lost all the games. It will not be counted.
Got it.
I go to the next tournament. I play another 3 rated opponents. I score 0. That also will not be counted. I go to third tournament where I go score a 0.5 or 1. Then my performance will start out. Suppose I played a tournament today with 5 rated opponents in this tournament. I scored 1 point. Next tournament I gone and I played with 3 rated opponents and become not scored anything. My performance will be 1 point out of 8. In another way, if I played 5 players today in today's tournament, I scored 0. In next tournament, I go to play and 3 players. I scored 1. My performance will be 1 out of 3.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, and that is we need to score the performance to start. You need to score at least half point from your first event. First event means where you start scoring the points against rated players. Now, the another thing we need to know how to calculate the average rating of the players. It is simple. You need to add your opponent's rating divided by number of players. If you played with 5 rated opponents, you need to add up the rating of that 5 opponents divided by 5. Right. Now, a new clause is added that apart from this 5, you need to add 2 hypothetical opponents of 1800.
Why is this rule added?
It's to give a stability to this rating floor of 1000. As we are changed to 1400, we need to give a stability to the rating purpose. We are added, the FIDE regulation came to effect from 1st March 2024, added 2 hypothetical opponents with 1800. Okay. So, and the result against these players is considered as good.
It is considered as?
A draw.
Draw. Okay, so basically these 2 opponents draw means that for those 2 games your performance is 1800.
1800 and you get 1 point.
Correct.
Okay, you get 1 point and with the average rating of means 1800, you will get 1800.
Correct.
As average.
Correct.
Okay. Now the calculation part, how will we get RU, that is initial rating, your average rating that we are already discussed how you, and plus your DP score. When you go to the next slide, you will
DP
clearly understand.
Is this table?
Yes, the table 8.11 of the rating regulations.
Okay.
That table is the DP. When we go to the table and calculation, just telling the formula how the initial rating will calculated. That is rating average plus DP score will be the initial rating of a player.
Got it.
And it should be rounded to the nearest whole number. If it is comes as 1787.6, we will give as 1788. If it is 0.4, we will give 1787.
Got it.
Nearest whole number. And the maximum initial rating a player can achieve is 2200. Okay, so initial rating maximum a player can achieve is 2200.
This is
Now
actually
suppose,
interesting because if let's say someone is really strong, there are some players who are unrated but very strong, go to some very strong tournament, beat some IMs and GMs, still they
yes.
will get only 2200.
Yeah, the maximum published rating in the initial one, it will be 2200.
Hmm.
And suppose a player is unrated at the start of the tournament.
Hmm.
Now suppose the tournament is starting on 30th July and ending on 2nd August. Okay, on 1st of August, his rating will be published. But for the tournament purpose, he will be unrated because the tournament is started on July, and the rating list according to that date will be his unrated player.
Got it.
For his calculation, he will be considered as a rated player.
Because his rating will get, because it has already started. It
started. So in for 1st of September, his rating will be calculated based on he has a rated player.
Got it.
Whereas for his opponents, he will be an unrated player.
Right. Makes sense.
And, this is the table. Here we are the fractional score of P, we will convert to TP value. Okay, the fractional score means you can say from 1 to 0. Every in the yellow highlight, you can see 1, 0.99, 0.98, 0.97, 0.96.
Yes.
It's coming to 0.00. That is the P value. How you will find the P value? The number of points you scored divided by the number of opponents.
Number of points scored divided by the number of opponents.
Number of opponents.
Okay, so if you score full points, then it will be P will be 1.
If you scored in a 9-round tournament, if you scored 9 points out of 9,
yeah,
your P value will be 800. And you just need to, if you get 1 point, your DP value will be 800. As I told in the formula, average rating plus DP will give you the initial rating. So
if you faced all opponents average 1500, using the hypothetical to 1800 also, then 1800, 1500 plus 800, 2300 is your rating, but limited to 2200. Got it. Wow.
So this table is in the FIDE rating regulation. We need to use this as the table that 8.11 need to be used for initial rating calculation. So you need to find out the P value. P value is your number of points is you are scored against rated opponents divided by the number of opponents.
Got it.
Now, if you scored 5 points out of 9, your P value comes as 0.555555. So you will round to 2 decimal 0.56.
Yes.
Sagar, can you see tell me 0.56 of P score? What will be the DP score?
43 it says.
0.56. It's if you go to 0.56, it's 43.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So 0.56 is what score did you say? 3. How many points did he score?
5 out of 9.
5 out of 9. So if a player went to a tournament, scored 5 out of 9 against rated players, and the average was 1600, then his rating would be 1643.
Yes.
Got it.
This way we can calculate. Now, if a player scored the 0.50, that is, he scored 4.5 out of 9. Means it is a 50% score.
Exactly.
It will be 0 in DP value. So whatever the average rating, that will be his initial rating.
Right.
Okay. So that's how we use this table. Now for calculation part, we will go to next slide.
You have an example. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now suppose a player faces 6 rated players in a 9-round tournament with a rating that 6 players ratings are 1400, 1450, 1500, 1520, 1475 and 1600, and he scored 3.5. 6 rated opponents. I already given that 6 rated opponents rating, and he scored 3.5. Now, first thing we need to find out the average rating. That is RA. How we will calculate RA? 1400, 1000. We need to get the sum of all this rating of his opponent as well as 2 hypothetical scores of 1800.
Correct.
So we are already put 5 rated, and I added 1,800 and 1,800. He already played with 6. Two hypothetical opponents, it will make 8. So total 8 opponents, the value is coming as 1568.1.
Got it.
6 rated opponents, two hypothetical score of 1,800. We get an average rating 156.8.1. Okay. Now, how many points he scored? 3.5 against the rated opponents.
Yeah.
And to hypothetical value.
You have to take 1 point. I was doing 3.5 out of 6, but actually you have to do plus 1, 4.5 out of 8.
Yes, because 3.5 his score, as well as the hypothetical score of 1 point you need to add.
Got it.
Now we get 4.5 out of 8 opponents.
Right.
If you divide 4.5 divided by 8, you will get a value of 0.5625.
So 5625 here in the deep, this our chart comes to 43.
43. Okay. Now you just need to add that 43. That's why DP is 43. You just need to add the average rating plus that DP value. Make that player 1611 rated.
Got it.
Okay. So you can see here what are the things we need to know. The rating of your opponents. Yes. The players score. And we need to add two hypothetical opponents of 1800. And the result was for that hypothetical opponents as draws.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense. I think it's very clear here.
Yeah. Okay. Now we move to the next slide. I will give one more. The same player. The same player. Now we are already know the average and all. Instead of 3.5, if it scored 2.5. In earlier example, it was 3.5. Now we are giving 2.5 to him. So 2.5 from the rated players and 1 point from the hypothetical score. So it become 3.5. Okay. So the p-value will be 3.5 divided by 8.
Right.
It will come as 0.4375. We will round off to 0.44. And if you go to the side of 0.44, you will get minus 43. Okay. So the average rating we already calculated earlier, that is 1568 minus 43.
Got it.
If it is a minus value, you need to minus from the average rating. If it is a plus value, you need to add. So his rating will come as 1525. Got it. Okay. Now,
so if you think about it just in logical terms, this guy faced an opposition of average is around 1568 by average, but even if we don't add two hypothetical opponents, it would be somewhere around 1500. And but I think adding hypothetical opponent is very important in this entire calculation.
And in their calculation, that's the hypothetical.
It's actually a big help, for people. Because when they are very close to 1400 going down, the average is going down. You push it up.
Yeah, push it up. Got it. And one more slide. This is just for an example to show you that there is a unplayed game. Should not count that.
The second one is a walkover.
Yeah, it's a plus or minus we give for a walkover. The player got a walkover point. Don't calculate that. Take that point for your rating purpose.
Got it.
So here we remove that second player who that rating is a 1587. That will not be counted. So you can see here out of 9, we need to take 8 players plus 2 hypothetical score. Make it 10 opponents, and the average will come as 1603.7. And you can see he scored 3 points against rated players. Forget that unrated, unplayed game.
Correct.
And 1 hypothetical score will make 4 points.
Right.
Then 4 divided by 10 is 0.4. If you go to the DP value, it will be minus 72. 1604 minus 72 make 1532 as is.
Very clear. Very clear.
And this thing, another every day I'm getting call for this. This is the players whose rating, opponent rating according to the earlier calculation. It's when they are playing the rating below 1400, because this 1400 standard rating came to effect from 1st March onwards.
Yes.
Whereas if the player played in December 2023, his opponent's score rating will be shown as 1271, 1305 and all.
But this is done, no? Now, like, how is this relevant now?
It means if now you can see this opponent's first opponent I shown as Sardar. Yeah, Sarkar.
Sardar, yeah.
Yeah, Sardar. His rating is 1271.
Yeah.
Now we need to for this player, so in server, FIDE server, it will be show like that. Automatically, it will be counted. Whereas Sagar or Gopa go to this player's opponent, it will show when the player is played, Srijit Sarkar rating was 1271. Now with this 1271, we need to, while taking the calculation, we need to change to the corresponding 1271 value with the new rating.
That is another formula which FIDE has applied.
FIDE is applied and calculated every once on 1st of March. Okay, now how it is will calculated? This 1271, 2000, that is the base rating we are kept. Only changes is happen only below 2000 players. 2000 minus your current rating, that is current rating in the sense 1271.
Yeah.
Into 0.40 plus your current rate.
So just I have a calculator here. So 2000 minus 1271 is equal to 729 into 0.4.
Yes.
291.6
plus 1271.
That way. So 1562.6. That's 1563.
It's 1563. So before you take it, don't take it as if you take it that value as 1271 to find the average, the player will not get rating. Never.
Right.
Because the average will go down.
But you know, before now, at this point in July 2024, this problem will not exist because everyone's rating has been upgraded, correct?
But the problem is, as I told, 26 months. We need to pull all the
partial ratings ones.
Partial rating. Now, if as an unrated player, I played a tournament in 2023 August, my opponent's rating will be shown according to old rating calculation.
Got it.
Now, as a rating officer, means if somebody approaches you, you need to calculate that rating to the new rating. Then only you can say it.
Got it.
Now, for this guy, we are converted to everything, and we are getting an average rating of 1572. And he scored 2.5 points. So it will not coming as minus 211.
Sorry, minus 211 is?
You can see here he scored
the DP value.
1.5. He scored 1.5 against rated players. And 2 hypothetical values.
Correct.
So his score become 2.5 out of 11 opponents.
Correct.
And the P value comes as 0.23 and DP value comes as minus 211.
Got it. So
as his average rating is his rating will come as 1361.
Which is right now not possible, right?
Not possible to get a rating.
So what will happen in this case is what I want to understand, that someone's average and everything calculated and then the rating comes below 1400, this entire calculation.
Yes.
Does that mean he's unrated, right?
He's unrated. Now
from next tournament, will his calculation begin from 0 again, or will this partial rating will be counted?
For him, it will be counted. As I told, we will club all this for 26 months.
Oh, so it can even go to like 30, 40 games.
Yes, it can go.
Oh, and he has to move above 1400. He or she has to move.
I have cases where a player played around more than 1,000 games, 100 games also. 100 games also, not got rating.
Wow.
Because the problem is that he scored 0.5 in his first tournament. Afterwards, his tournaments start losing. So we need to
So
pull our.
if a player is not very strong, plays the rating tournament, luckily gets stalemated by a rated
Yeah.
player, and then
Yes.
loses everything, then
Is
loses next tournament everything, lose, that would be a very very difficult start to his career or her career, and
yes.
they would not get a rating.
Yes.
So it's actually a dangerous situation.
Dangerous situation. That's why we kept it 26 months. Once
Hmm.
26 months is over, his that 1.5 will be gone out from his performance.
Yeah, but that 26 months is a lot of time. It's like for
A
2 years.
lot of means that's why the for rated players the K value kept at 40 for the players below the age of 18 years.
Hmm.
Now, if you think just like a player like Pragnananda in his formative years of 5 years or 6 years, he got a rating of 1.7 or 1.6. If the K value is not 40, it is very difficult for him to reach
Correct.
2400 plus. That's why for youngsters, means when they start the career, they will play tournaments and get a low initial rating. To up that, if your performances goes up, to boost that one, we get the K value for rated players are about.
Right,
Before.
right. But this is something that happens after you get a rating, the K value.
K
But
value comes
to get
yeah.
the rating, this entire calculation that we did of rating average, and then we were adding this DP score, that is the key element. And I
Yeah.
think when you get it in one tournament, it is absolutely clear. People have to be very careful when it's like in one tournament they played three opponents and now it has begun, so they should
Yes.
remember that it has already started. They have scored something, and then it will get added in the next
Yes.
tournament.
Yes. The main thing the players or parents need to remember that the performance will start once you scored at least half points.
Mm,
Okay. And think that another thing, don't count forfeit point. These are the mistake the parents normally do.
correct.
They count the forfeit point and oh my child, they calculate correctly, but they add this forfeit point,
Mm,
and my child's rating is not published.
correct.
Then I saw that if you, I have an Excel sheet itself for so many players every
Really,
day.
you are the national officer for FIDE
No,
rating?
I stepped down from this 1st July onwards.
Okay, okay. So who is now the new officer?
Nitin Shetty. So Nitin
Okay.
Shetty is taking care.
But this is a very tedious job, yes, that you have to make sure of every player, or is it like an
No,
automated
no, means
system?
no. Means for tournaments we have the TRF file from generated from the software that can be uploaded to FIDE server. But the problem comes when a player the rating list published, the player is not satisfied with his rating.
Hmm.
Then he will write to us or
Then
call us or WhatsApp us. It's not only me. Other arbiters also facing this same issue. The
it must
player
be
or
crazy. Like there must be thousands of players who are facing this, no? Like hundreds of players.
means I means for me when I was a rating officer, every time when the rating list published for the first 5 to 6 days, as plenty of mails.
Wow.
And now even now also I get from means if it is a rating list published for the first 2 3 days you will get so many WhatsApp messages, calls, and all. My rating is not published. My rating is gone down. All these issues will be.
I hope that with this video, some calls will reduce at least to you. But
Yeah, means that will be helpful because I can just no. If you now call comes once you publish this video, I can just share this video link
right.
to them. So that will be helpful for means, all the players
No,
also.
no, but thank you, Gopa, for sharing this entire thing, which you compressed it into 10 slides, just shows your knowledge of this subject. And perhaps next time we will do a small video on once you get the rating, how the calculation is done, because I think that also has some intricacies in it.
Yes, this is the. We will do once this initial
Sure.
rating. We will do that.
And if you have any questions for this in this video, please write down in the comments, and I will ask Gopa sir, and we will try to respond back to you. But I think everything was very clear here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.